AI in publishing. What do we need to know? I'm Karen Berry with Right Now Editing, where we turn good manuscripts into great books.
And I'm Peg Thomas, multi-award winning author and editor, and we are two editors for 5 minutes.
Okay, there is absolutely no way we can talk about everything that we need to talk about in regards to AI in 5 minutes. And we understand that. But one of the things but we do want to talk about some things. And whether we like it or not, AI is here.
Yes, it is.
And there are going to have to be some concessions that people make as far as how AI is used. But, things to consider. If you use Grammarly or Pro Writing Aid, you're using a computer program to help you make your book better, which is essentially AI, because it's not really artificial intelligence. It's not thinking on its own. It's very fast computers that are gathering information. Um,
Yes.
so already we are using those things as a tool. We're just using different variations. Now, Peg, I know, just recently spoke on a panel about AI. Again, we don't like, there's only so much we can cover in 5 minutes. But, Peg, what are some of the highlights that you guys talked about as far as AI in publishing?
It's exciting. It is. It's scary because AI in general is kind of scary for a lot of people. And in seeing what it can do is both amazing and a little frightening sometimes. But it's also exciting because it can do a lot of really nice things for us too. I'm using it mostly for my book covers. I write early colonial American books a lot of the time. Very difficult to find any sort of material to work with that far back, right? Because you obviously didn't have photographs, you didn't have things you could work with that way. AI can create characters for me that are appropriately dressed for that era, that look, in backgrounds which are appropriate to that era. So for me, writing, historical, I love that I can use AI to create my covers. But there's also things that we can use it in to help with our writing. And one of those I just used recently. I had it's kind of a subplot that I wanted to work into my book. And I had it in my outline. I don't know why it never wound up in there. I actually shot my manuscript through an AI program and said, I want to add this to it. Where are the best places for me to add this in? And it sent me back about 5 pages of ideas of where I could do what. It didn't do it for me. It doesn't write the book for me. It just helps me find the places where logically working in this secondary thread would help my story and strengthen my story. And I found that incredibly helpful. And I was kind of amazed because I had jotted some notes. This is the first time I've done this. I had jotted some notes ahead of time of where I thought I should put them and what I thought I should put in. And probably 80% of their suggestions were what I had already written down. So that was very affirming for me that, okay, I was on the right track. But now I know that they also agreed these are the things that should be in, and these are about where they should hit the story. So that was really good. I have a number of other friends that are using it in other way. Oh, another way I'm using it is through Publisher Rocket. Now they have an AI component that helps you write your back cover copy. And I've always really stunk at back cover copy, classically stunk at it. And so I'm using Publisher Rocket's AI to create better back cover copy. And that's, of course, what goes up on Amazon. It's the first thing people read about your stories. And I am changing out everything that I had. I'm one at a time going through my series and updating it to this much better cover copy than what I originally had. So those are some ways we can use it.
We're already down, to our last minute. So I want to just touch base on some of the concerns that people have.
Yeah.
And now, could Peg have sent her manuscript to an editor or another author and said, "Where can I add the subplots?" Absolutely. Would have taken her a lot longer to get the information back. Um, the other thing I've heard, and it's true, AI does use other people's books for training purposes. Realistically, so do we. One of the things Peg and I had talked about in the last few weeks is how somewhere at some point somebody used the phrase "he lowered to the bench" in place of "he sat." Someone read that in a book and now it's popping up all over the place. And you see that happen for the longest time. Now I challenge you to find a romance book where the hero doesn't tuck the hair behind her ears or someone doesn't bite a lip at some point. Because we read them in romance novels and they appear when whether we're consciously doing it or not. I purposefully try to edit them out now because I see them so often. I'm going to go over just a little bit here. Um, Now, yes, there are some issues with the legality of it, and I do appreciate the publishers that are trying to hold AI accountable. You can't just take my work without my permission.
Yeah.
But there is a level of the books that I read influence how I rate, and they're going to determine a lot of the things that I do. Again, AI is not going to be for everyone, and some people are going to use it to a greater extent than others do. We are absolutely 100% not promoting AI writing books. Please hear us. We're,
Or using AI as your only editor. I mean, I
yes.
put it in there with a specific, this is what I need to do. I already knew what I needed to do. I used it to help me figure out how to do it best. If I
So,
had had no idea what to do, who knows what it would have spit back at me.
so our encouragement is understand that AI has some good tools out there. Like any other tool in the industry, we can learn how to use them. And if you don't want to use them, that's fine. I choose not to use Chicago Manual of Style online. I don't like it. I like the book better. My personal preference. Um, but be aware that just because something has used AI does not mean it is completely written by that. But again, there's so many different ways we could talk about this. Definitely do your own research.
Yes.
Find some people who know much more about it than we do. We can only speak from personal experience. But until next week, we'll have another topic because we could probably talk about this for another 30 minutes. So we'll cut
Probably.
it off here. I'm Karen Beery.
And I'm Peg Thomas, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.